What's good, y'all? So yesterday I was doing some thinking on a little tidbit that could be useful for those of you that are still having issues understanding catching the feeling in regards to manifestation and law of attraction and such, right? For those of you that are new to law of attraction and manifestation, there's 3 basic steps. The first one, imagine a scene in your mind that implies that you already have whatever it is that you wish to manifest, right? So pretty much start at the end. You already have a new pair of glasses, right? You imagine yourself being able to see clearly. You hear people, telling you how nice the glasses look on you, for example. Or someone that's been joking your blind ass for a long time saying, dang, you can finally see now? You have to hear that in your mind. The key to this step, though, is what a lot of people miss out. You have to utilize these mental visualizations, these imaginations, if you will, and you have to apply the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You have to charge this imaginary scene that you are creating in your mind, and you have to fuel it with emotion. And this is what I mean by catch the feeling. Think about it like this, right? Think about a time where you were just sitting there minding your own business and you remembered something funny, for example, and you couldn't help but giggle at yourself. Why are you giggling? No one said a joke around you. No one said anything funny. No one said anything audible in the external reality. So why are you laughing? Why are you inhabiting the frequency of laughter and happiness and glee and joy if no one said anything to promote that feeling being evoked in you? That's because everything starts in the mind, the heart, the mind, whatever one you choose to call it. Everything starts within you. So at any moment, you could tap into the frequency of whatever emotion it is that you want. So if you are trying to, let's just say, for example, you are in a very sad place, a very dark place right now. And the only thing, you could have $1 million, 1 billion houses, 16 horses, and 52 chickens. You can have anything that you wanted, but the only thing that you want is to be happy. Well, be happy. That sounds easier said than done, don't it? I get you. Let me explain. In your mind, use your memories, things that you have already experienced before, and just replay them in your mind. So remember your very not your very first, but just remember your 6-year-old birthday party, for example, and how happy it was, how fun it was. Now pause. While you're imagining that feeling, you can see the playpen, you can see the cake, you can imagine all the gifts, everyone singing you happy birthday and whatever, and how happy you were that all the attention was on you. Freeze that frame, pause that frame for a second, and just copy and paste that emotion that you were feeling at that point to your now. It is that simple. It might take you some practice, but it literally is that simple. Now, the extra hard part is maintaining that frequency. There's like a manifestation little quote, and I'm going to butcher it because y'all know how I am with quotes. But nevertheless, it's like before anyone manifests the thing, before anyone touches the thing, you have to first, I butchered that. We're going to keep on rolling. Nevertheless, you have to first achieve the frequency of whatever it is that you manifest before you receive it. A lot of people think you have to receive the thing first and now you're operating at that frequency. No, it's your frequency that attracts that to you, right? So if you want happiness, you can't run around just reading self-help books. Don't get me wrong. They help. If they help you, go for it. But you can't just walk around listening to podcasts, reading self-help books, wishing that you were happy. You can't do that. You have to be the change that you want to see in this world. You have to be happy first, and then you become happy. People think that you need the money, you need the fame, you need the attention, you need the stuff to be happy. No, you be happy first, and then the rest of that follows. Y'all been living life backwards. You know what I'm saying? So utilize your memories to access points in your life where you once felt like this. Even if you're trying to manifest wealth right now, you're manifesting wealth, right? You want to live in the mansion, like myself. You want to live in the penthouse, Okay. Well, a lot of you haven't touched 100 grand. A lot of you haven't touched $1 million, $1 billion. I haven't either. You know what I'm saying? But imagine a time where you felt like you was making some money. Your first job when you were 16, even younger, when you were 13, 12, cutting grass, and you were able to afford that new pair of shoes. You bought your own new pair of shoes because you worked for it. Imagine how much You go back to that moment, but yo, that felt good. Yo, I was hustling, bro. I was doing what I had to do. Pause it, copy, paste, Control C, Control V. You know what I'm saying? Take that energy from that moment, take that frequency from that memory, and just bring it to your present reality. And then keep replaying it over and over until that becomes your new muscle memory, as you will, until that becomes your new muscle memory for your present life. What you attract what you are. So if you walk around with the vibration, when you walk around with the frequency of happiness, of affluence, of love, of whatever it is that you want, of fame if you want it, respect, prestige, whatever, knowledge, whatever it is that you want. You have to walk around in that frequency first, and then you will start to magnetize the atoms that exist in the ether to your world. And that's how things materialize. Everything around you is just atoms, and they decay just like everything else. The building that we are all sitting in right now is decaying as we are in it right now. Not in a state like it's going to just fall over and collapse because you're in it, but the second you start making something, you start to degrade as well. I mean, that's life. Not to get all morbid and depressing with it, but it's just a reality. The second that you're born, you technically start dying. Your physical body grows and then it decays. That's just the cycle of life. So the same way that these atoms are are flaking off of these material things, those are the same atoms that you can use to magnetize into your world. There's nothing but free space around here, even air. These are just atoms that can materialize in something else. There's no such thing as death, right? It's like energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. All atoms are just little bite-sized pieces of energy. So just attract all the free ones floating around in this world based off of your mind, based off of your thoughts, based off of your frequency. So if you want to manifest a new car, see it in your mind's eye that you are driving that car already. You don't see yourself going to the dealership. You don't see yourself, talking to the guy and haggling. I mean, if it helps you, do what you do. It's your mind. You do what you got to do. I'm saying go to the end. You see yourself driving it. You hear the compliments of your new car. But I've never had a car before. I've never had a car like that. Okay, when did you get your first car? How nice was it for you to be able to drive from A to B and not have to wait for your friend to come pick you up? Not have to ride the bus, not have to ride your bicycle in the rain. Damn, yeah, that does feel good. Copy and paste that feeling into this right now. If you're sad, and you want to be happy, okay, remember the first time someone told you a joke that kind of just lifted your mood just a little bit. Copy and paste that feeling and then just build upon that. Some of y'all are saying, I've never had a happy day in my life. My life has been scorned, torn apart, anguished since the beginning. Okay, well, start very small then. Remember when your day was a little less shitty than the rest of them. One day you weren't bullied. One day you weren't tormented. One day you weren't picked on. One day blah, 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 blah. Just that one day of peace. Then build off of that. Damn, that day was nice. I didn't have to worry about George bullying me yesterday. Yeah, I didn't have to worry about such and such inflicting such pain. I'm using very broad words to get to the deeper things I'm trying to get to. But you know what I'm saying? Yes, on that day, so-and-so didn't inflict harm upon me. That in itself was a good day, and then build off of that, because then you're just going to be operating in the frequency of not being bothered, and that in itself can help you. But don't stop there. Keep going. This is a video I'm going to record a little bit later, but you have to manifest more than what you want. You just have to keep manifesting. It's kind of like a drop in a water hose. If one droplet is put in a water hose, it's more than likely not going to make it through all the coils until it gets out of the little spout. That the part that you can water your grass with, or when you were like a kid, you could drink straight from the hose. You have to keep the flow going. Just keep pumping manifestation. What do you want? This world is supposed to be a world of creation. So create. You know what I'm saying? But you can't receive these things until and another video I'm going to make, until you reach the point of recognition. You have it. So how do you reach that point of recognition? Like how I started in the beginning. You see yourself already having it. That is you recognizing that you have whatever it is that you want. But I'm going to go into detail with that a little bit. So I'm just going to summarize real quick. Utilize your memories as almost like a memory card, like a save point, like a checkpoint in a video game, right? So if you find yourself slipping and you start off happy, go back to that save point. and go back, oh, yeah, happy, happy, happy. And then you hold on to the happiness a little bit longer. When you hold on to the happiness a little bit longer, you attract things that make you just as happy as that memory that you're replaying, right? So then when you start to operate in more and more happiness, and then the happiness starts to compound upon itself and grow exponentially, you will start to receive more and more because you are operating from the frequency of happiness. I was going to end it right there, but let's go ahead with the wealth, because a lot of people want to manifest wealth. I'm in the same boat with you. You know what I'm saying? You were manifesting wealth. Okay. Be happy. Let's start at the very beginning. Dang, remember when your grandma or grandpa gave you a quarter and how good that felt? Yo, that was a quarter. Remember when you were 13 through 16 years old, you got your first little side hustle mowing grass, your first job. For my example, I worked at Target, and I got my first paycheck, how good that felt. Right? Okay, build upon it. Yeah, and then I remember when I graduated college, I got my first job. Yo, I really did it. Yeah, then I got sick of that job. I moved to the next one. I was getting paid like double. Then I got paid, and I got paid. I'm the next job, I got paid even more. I got paid. You see what I'm saying? And it just builds, and you see what happens? That's what you gotta do. So operate from a frequency, from a basic memory, and just start from there. Then you know what? Hey, wait, I remember something else. I remember when I found $100 under my tire one day. True story. I found $100 bill under my tire one day. Yo, that was crazy. Operate from that frequency then. You don't always have to go to the beginning. Operate from there. And then the more that you operate from an abundance mindset, the more memories that you overlooked, you will now go back to, you know what? I remember when. And then you just operate from that frequency and then keep that moving forward. And eventually you'll start to manifest everything that you want. Till the next one. Peace.